Dear learners, in this module, let us discuss one of the core components or concepts of skill development, which is recognition of power learning. So, the title of the module is Recognition of the Power Learning and Skill Development. If we look at the learning objectives of the module, after watching this video, you will be able to explain the meaning of recognition of power learning, to identify the need and importance of recognition of power learning for better livelihood opportunities, to discuss the relevance and importance of recognition of power learning in the 21st century. When we are talking about the skill India, we also need to think how skills are acquired. Are skills the innate qualities of human beings, or they are the education and training that people acquire in different phases of life? Although some people are well skilled and are engaged in several economic sectors as part of their livelihood with the help of inherited skills and abilities. These skills are inherited either from the ancestors or from their locality. Some people are very rich flowers and they can easily adopt a skilling capacity that helps them to become productive. However, it could also be considered that skills can be acquired through proper training and retraining mechanisms so that people may get their proper direction to become more productive and efficient. In fact, the actual productivity implies well-thought culmination of knowledge and skills which are quite relevant in the emerging economics across the world. Therefore, in order to enhance better productivity and ensuring better livelihood in the 21st century knowledge economy, everyone should be well acquainted with the knowledge and relevant skills so that they get livelihood opportunities of their own choice and preferences. In this context, need-based education actually helps in bringing the required skills of the people on time. This is also because most of the individual abilities are acquired through learning in the educational institution. So from the above discussion, it is understood that although there are some innate potentialities or qualities or abilities in an individual by birth, education can shape that qualities as more productive and constructive. It is education only that provides the platform for skilling, upskilling, and reskilling the capacities or qualities of an individual by considering the need and demand of the present context. By contextualizing and recognizing the innate qualities and also for making skilled India, the NSDC incorporated the concept of recognition of power learning through National Skill Qualification Framework. For making a skilled-enabled population in December 2013, the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance, Government of India notified National Skill Qualification Framework, which is being facilitated by the National Skill Development Agency. This policy can easily be adopted by the ODL universities and institutions for its inherent flexibility. The NSQF provides the outcome-based approach, which is very much essential for assessing the acquired knowledge of the people in immediate way. Again, it is also helpful to its institution, student and employer to get them self-assessed regarding the progression pathway in terms of their competency level, that is what they can do or cannot do after taking the course under NSQF. Most interesting benefit of the NSQF is that it facilitates the recognition of power learning through which people, irrespective of their age, sex, and geographical distance, can get formal recognition of their traditional skills so that they can use this kind of informal skills into a productive form. So the NSQF also helps in the alignment of the Indian qualifications to international qualification in accordance with the relevant bilateral and multilateral agreement. So its universities should adopt such recognized skill-based courses in order to develop the national and international mobility among the people across the nation. After knowing the NSQF and its provision for RPL, let us have a look at what is recognition of power learning and why is it important. Recognition of power learning program recognizes the value of learning acquired outside a formal setting and provides a government certificate for an individual skill. As we know, India has reached demographic dividend. It is because the highest number of population in the age group of 15 to 64 years, India has 62.5% of its population in the age group of 15 to 59 years, which is ever increasing and will be at the peak around 2036 when it will reach approximately 65%. According to Economic Survey 2018-19, India's demographic dividend will peak around 2041 when the share of working age, that is 20 to 59 ages population, is expected to hit 59%. Therefore, it is a golden opportunity for India to provide training to the population and turn the idea of a skilled India into reality. Again, the Sustainable Development Goals also aim to provide quality lifelong learning opportunities to all by 2030. So in that context, for achieving the targets of the Sustainable Development Goals, the recognition of Power Learning Program is very much pertinent, which can be possible only through providing lifelong learning opportunities in both formal and non-formal setting. Lifelong learning opportunities help learners to formalize their qualities or capacities into a productive form, or also the learners may get the chance to enhance their qualities or capabilities for better livelihood. For example, a man is selling some craft items for his livelihood in his local market, and he inherited the skills from his father. He learned and improvised on the skill of his own. Without any formal training, he has been able to get his sustenance of living and his family for the last 10 to 15 years. This is a simple example of such kind of learning experiences which are earned from self-learning mindset and experiences. For mobilizing or enhancing such informal experiences or self-learning experiences, there is a needed of certain mechanism such as recognition of power learning, which could be learned irrespective of time, age, and geographical location. For better productivity and getting more formal support from the credit or bank agencies, such inherited abilities should be recognized or certified through providing training and retraining in both formal and non-formal learning environment. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launched Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana in the year 2015. The scheme was further extended in the year 2016. The objective of the skill certification scheme was to enable a large number of Indian youths to take up industry-relevant skill training that would help them in securing better livelihood. Recognition of power learning is an important component of Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana scheme, and it is largely refers to an assessment process used to evaluate a person's existing skill set, knowledge, and experience gained through formal, non-formal, and informal setting. From the above discussion, it can be seen that RPL is very much important for ensuring an inclusive society where people may have recognized skills that eventually help the people for a decent standard of living. The aim of RPL is to align the competencies of the pre-existing workforce of the country to the standardized framework. It provides certification which build confidence and respect, and also provides recognition to the candidates. It has the potential to make skills aspirational. The specific objective of RPL are to align the competencies of the unregulated workforce of the country to the standardized national skill qualification framework, to enhance the employability opportunities of an individual as well as provide alternative routes to higher education. It provides opportunities for reducing inequalities based on prevailing certain forms of knowledge over others. So, what is the eligibility criteria of having RPL under NSDC? Then who is the project implementing agency? Project implementing agency can be any legal entity such as SSC, industry association, training partner, government body, NGO, and corporate, and except assembly agency. If we look at the eligibility criteria of RPL candidate, then RPL is applicable to any candidate of Indian nationality who on the date of enrollment fits the minimum age criteria as per the qualification pack requirements, possesses an Aadhaar card, variable alternative IDs such as PAN or voter ID may be applicable for Jammu and Kashmir and certain states in northeastern region, and having a bank account, and fits the pre-screening criteria defined by SSC for the respective job role. how the program of RPL is delivered. RPL under Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana can be implemented via the four modes such as RPL at camps, RPL at employers' premise, RPL at centers, RPL with based in class employers. In fact, in order to make Skill India into reality, the inclusion of Gram Panchayat in the rural areas is crucial for the success of Skill India mission. After getting the idea on recognition of power learning, let us have a look at the significant features of RPL. Recognition of power learning program recognizes the value of learning acquired outside a formal setting and provides a government certificate for an individual skill. Candidates receive exposure to concepts of digital and financial literacy and accidental insurance coverage for 3 years at free of cost. No fee is charged from a candidate in participating in the RPL program, and every successful certified candidate will receive Indian rupees 500. The program is being implemented under Sankalp program of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. National Skill Development Corporation is the implementing agency of the program. If we look at the process of RPL, under Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, it involves a 5-step process. Mobilization involves activities related to the mobilization of the potential candidate who are skilled but uncertified. Potential candidates are counseled about Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, what is RPL, and how the skill certification will assist them in transforming their life. After counseling, a pre-screening test is conducted to ascertain the job role which matches the power knowledge and existing skill sets of the potential candidate. Pre-screening test involves the collection of supporting documentation evidence from the candidate and a candidate self-assessment. Orientation process is also provided to all the candidates. All candidates are mandatorily provided an orientation of 12 hours. This orientation includes 6 hours of domain-specific training, 4 hours of training on soft skills and entrepreneurship, and 2 hours on familiarization with the assessment process and methods. Knowledge gap identified during the counseling stage and are also addressed during the orientation delivery. Assessment of candidates is conducted by the assessment bodies accredited by the Sector Skill Council under Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana RPL. The candidate is assessed on both core as well as non-core National Occupational Standard of Qualification PAC. Core National Occupational Standard carry 70% weightage and non-core NOS carry 30% weightage in the total assessment score of the candidate. Assessors may choose to conduct offline as well as online assessment depending upon the characteristics of the sector and availability of the online facilities. Regarding certification, Sector Skill Council, upon approving the result, issues the certificate to the successful candidate. Pass percentage in the assessment exam for job roles of NSQF level 1, 2 and 3 is 50%, and for job roles of NSQF level 4 and above is 70%. A candidate who achieved greater than or equal to the pass percentage for a qualification PAC is awarded the Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana RPL certificate, mark sheet, and a candidate payout of Indian rupees 500. A candidate who achieved less than the pass percentage mentioned for a qualification PAC but at least 30% or above of the total score receive only mark sheet and candidate payout of Indian rupees 500. A candidate who scored less than 30% or the total score shall receive only the mark sheet and encouraged to undergo short-term training under Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana. For mobilizing the positive and constructive economy, skilling, upskilling and reskilling of the people are the priorities in order to cope up with the knowledge economy in the 21st century. Recognition of power learning would provide scope for adopting a resilient approach in order to mitigate the crisis situation which has been taking place in the market economy from time to time. In fact, the COVID-19 pandemic has placed an urgent demand on the individual to acquire new skills to adapt to the new normal. as the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the changes in the demand for skill and raised the possibility of structural shift to the labor market around the world. There is an urgent need of quality training to support a robust economic recovery. In order to enhance the agility and resilience of the societies to deal with the changes posed by the pandemic and crisis in the future, the governments have a crucial responsibility in ensuring the continuation of training and development at workplace, as well as improving the effectiveness of skill development and lifelong learning system. In fact, an effective skill development system depends on close coordination between government, social partners, and the private sector and the education or training providers. Therefore, it is the duty and the responsibility to make people aware of the program like recognition of power learning and contextualize such learning into practice while providing training to the needy life and lifelong learners. So thank you for watching this video. In the coming modules, we shall discuss some relevant components of skill development and how it could provide the livelihood opportunities to the youth at present and future as well. So see you in the next module. Thank you.